Okay, for a long time now, I've been noticing a discoloration on the trees, which I've heard a couple people on their channels speak about it. You know, on the camera right now, it looks kind of purplish, but really in real life, it does have a purple tint to it, especially far away, but it's more like a bluish gray, tint to it. But really, I mean, it's just this green mossy stuff like you see right there. But that's the normal, I'd say that's normal mossy right there. This different coloration right here that you can barely see up there, but it's on there. See it? You see it real fine granules. You can see it, but you barely see that. It's definitely not distinct like this moss right here, right? So it's like blends in, but when you get up close like this, you definitely can see that there's like a bluish grayish looking stuff on there, right? And that is what produces, I feel, never mind, we'll get into that later. But for right now, this video is pertaining to specifically, like, look at this black spot here. You know, no one did nothing to this tree except for cut it. And it's already growing so much of that weird fungi, mossy stuff. And look at that black stuff. I almost just want to say that all of it is antimatter or a black matter type substance because of the evil surrounding most of it. Okay, so I'm trying to shorten up this video, but the main purpose of the video is the stuff in the grass and the dirt per se. If you have grass, you're not going to notice it as much as if you don't have grass. So remember the purple looking stuff, right? So I think that this is associated with it. Okay, so here we go. Here's some right here. And I noticed it roughly a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. And I've picked it all out of my yard at one point in time and even put down fresh soil and everything. And it just reappears. I don't know if it's what the snow is made out of or if it comes at nighttime with that real thick fog, that fake fog, demon shit. Okay, demon stuff, excuse my language. But here you go. Here's a close-up of it. And at first I thought it was coming out my lint dryer, but I put a catch on my lint dryer to make sure that none of it could come out into the yard, and it all gets caught into a bucket now. And that stuff is everywhere, and it's in everyone's yard, everywhere, and it's just so thick now that it's unreal. I mean, look at this right here. Here's some. Look at it. That's some I must have picked up already. But I mean, at first it's just a little bit here and there scattered throughout. But then as it accumulates, like this right here, here's some. See how you can barely see it like that? See it? Right there. But here it is. Watch it again. I mean, and it is everywhere in people's yards. I do landscaping, so I noticed that it's absurd and it's crazy. And we're being so poisoned how much of this material is out in our dirt and in our grass and stuff. I mean, it's almost covering every square inch for real of the yard. Let's go back here. This is where I really notice it real good, where there's less grass and more dirt. You can see it right offhand, just laying there darn near on the surface here. Like, where we at here? Right here, here's some. just so much of it. I mean, see how it hides? See how it hides right there in the dirt? You can barely see it. But then a little bit, it's like it clumps together. Here's what it looks like on the concrete. So unwrap this video up. I can't get it undone. But here's a whole glob of it. I picked that up within 2 minutes. I picked up all that. So 2 minutes I had all this out of my yard. And there's still, there might be a small truckload full in my yard out here. But see how it's in the dirt. See that? How, I mean, it's in the dirt. It's taking the dirt with it. You know, it's just, it's ridiculous. What is it? Is it in our lungs? You know, are we breathing this? Are we drinking this? Is it in our water? Are we eating this? Is it in our food, in our crops? Is it in our, you know, just everything? You know, and then look at the green, mossy, weird stuff on the, no, we'll get into that later. But everyone check out your siding. And on your siding, look and see if you have weird patterns inside your, and as I mean weird patterns inside your stuff, I mean stuff like that writing. It's not really writing, it's energy. See this one right here? This one? That's what I think that they look like mainly. Something that it looks like that, then it has little stems coming off left and right, and then circles at the end of the stems. Like almost like a cell or something. All right, well, and you can see them up in the clouds also in that form, like cell-looking form. I'm gonna wrap it up for now. Please check your backyards, check your front yards, check your neighbor yard, check the yard down the street, a stranger's yard, check everywhere and see if this stuff is everywhere or if it's just up north, so that would mean snow or what. All right, thank you much. Stay in prayer. Like Paul said, all battles are fought and lost in the spiritual realm. Dear God, please allow us to stay in prayer and to show love to others until our last breath. Thank you for all our blessings. Amen.